Have you ever felt like you don't fit in? Like you're playing a game of mental chess while the rest of the world is playing checkers? If you have few friends, most people assume you're weird, antisocial, or that something is wrong with you. But science has just revealed something that will completely change the way you see yourself. It's not that you're a loner. It's that your brain operates on a different frequency. Today, we're going to open Pandora's box. You're about to discover the 7 brutal reasons why extreme intelligence is the greatest friendship repellent that exists. And stay until the end, because reason number 7 explains that feeling of emptiness you experience even when you're surrounded by people. Let's get into it. The true filter, goodbye to small talk. Most people need social interaction, like they need air to breathe. They thrive on small talk, the weather, last night's game, office gossip. But for a brilliant mind, this isn't just boring. It's physically exhausting. Your brain is wired to process data, solve mysteries, and search for patterns. When someone stops you to talk about something insignificant, your mind registers it as static noise. It's not that you're arrogant. It's that your mental energy is limited, and you refuse to spend it on empty content. The result? People perceive you as cold or distant. But the reality is different. You simply don't want to waste time on the surface when you know the interesting part lies beneath. The curse of predictability. This is where things start to get tense. A person with a high IQ is usually 3 or 4 steps ahead in any conversation. Has this ever happened to you? Someone starts telling you a story, and within 5 seconds, you already know how it ends, what the joke is, and what lesson they're trying to teach you. Keeping a surprised look on your face for another 5 minutes becomes an Oscar-worthy acting job. People hate feeling like they can't surprise you. Your analytical ability destroys the mystery of ordinary social interaction. If the viewer already knows the ending of a movie, they turn off the TV. In your case, if you already know what they're going to say, you mentally check out, and they notice. The paradox of self-sufficiency. This is a point nobody tells you, but it's vital. Friendship, at its biological core, is about survival and mutual support. We need friends because we need help. But what happens when you're capable of handling everything on your own? Intelligent people are often masters of the do-it-yourself approach. You learn quickly, analyze risks, and implement solutions without asking for permission. Unconsciously, you give off a vibe of, I don't need you. And human psychology is clear. We distance ourselves from what doesn't need us. If you don't leave space for others to help, you steal their purpose for being in your life. You become a perfect island. But perfect islands are usually deserted. For Ella Scanner to Hypocrisy. Let's be real. Society holds together through little white lies and social masks. We all pretend a little to fit in. However, a sharp mind comes with a built-in lie detector that's always on. You notice inconsistencies in body language, microexpressions of envy, and contradictions in other people's speech. You can't turn off your brain. You see through the masks. And people are terrified to be around someone who can see who they really are behind their facade. Being intelligent makes you honest, and radical honesty is the fastest poison for superficial friendships. Clashing priorities. While your acquaintances are planning the next party or worrying about how many likes their latest post got, you're probably obsessed with a project, a book, or an idea that could change your future. Intelligence often comes with voracious ambition or an insatiable curiosity. Your idea of fun is someone else's work. This creates an unbridgeable gap of interests. If your friends want to go to the bar and you want to finish that astrophysics or programming course, friction is inevitable. Over time, you stop receiving invitations. And the worst part? Deep down, you feel relieved. But that relief comes at a price. Total disconnection. The anxiety of systematic analysis. You don't relax. That's the problem. For the average person, a group of friends is just a group of friends. For you, it's a complex system of power dynamics, egos, insecurities, and projections. You analyze every word. You think about the long-term consequences of what you say. If I say this, John will be offended because yesterday X happened. That overthinking turns socializing into a minefield. Sometimes, you'd rather be alone simply because being with people feels like trying to solve a differential equation while trying to enjoy an ice cream. You can't do both. The intellectual glass ceiling, the ultimate reason. We've reached the harshest point. There's something called the communication gap. Research suggests that if there's a difference of more than 30 IQ points between two people, effective communication becomes almost impossible. It's like you're speaking a different language. Your jokes require 3 layers of context. Your metaphors are too complex, and your concerns seem existential to someone who just lives day by day. It's not that others are stupid. It's that you inhabit different worlds. Feeling lonely in a room full of people is the clearest symptom that you surpass the glass ceiling of your environment. Are you doomed? At this point, the question is, should you dumb yourself down to have friends? Should you pretend to be someone you're not just to avoid dying alone? The answer is a resounding no. The mistake isn't your intelligence. The mistake is seeking quantity in a world that values the surface. The brightest people don't need an army of acquaintances. They need a tribe of equals. Having few friends isn't a sign of social failure. It's a sign that your standard of quality is so high that very few can meet it, and that, though it may hurt sometimes, is your greatest superpower. If you've related to every second of this video, welcome to the club. You're not a weirdo. You're a rare specimen.